Hey everyone, it's episode 4 of season 7 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., otherwise known as Will They Change Their Intro this week? Will I need to also change my intro? I don't know why I decided that I was just going to copy their intros to try and match the style of theirs to mine, but I'm stuck in it now, so let's hope they don't get too impressively complicated, or I'll just have a stick drawing instead. I'll be like, yep, there it is. Hopefully this one will be the same as last week, because I presume they're going to be in the same. They didn't move time periods. They didn't leap. So plus Coulson is we got to get Coulson, and maybe Enoch can turn up and go hello. So yeah, I presume the time period will be the same, and we'll just be continuing the story from last episode. This weekend shoutouts, someone you should already know, because she's a pretty big deal. Seska. I love watching her reactions to almost every show, and if you haven't checked her out, I'll put her link to this episode below, or if she hasn't released that yet, last week's. Last week we had a fun episode where they had to infiltrate Area 51, sort of. And we had that dude from Agent Carter was in it. And I presume he'll be in this one as well. Simmons pretended to be Peggy Carter, which was half hilarious and half don't get caught, don't get caught. Fitz wasn't in it again. They're going for the record for how many episodes Fitz won't be in. Season 5 has it so far. I think he wasn't in the first. Was he in that fourth one? I don't know. I remember the first time we saw him in season 5, he took off his mask, and then we had the flashback episode. So still waiting to see what happens with him. May is still she was better in this last episode. She wasn't completely I am a robot. So that was good. And we directly addressed that issue as well. Her and Yo-Yo went on a mission, and Yo-Yo, we addressed her issues with not being able to so I'll be interested to see if they do continue to develop what's going on with both of those two. But first we got to get Coulson back, because he's probably on an operating table and they're like, "Ooh, robot." Or maybe not. We don't know. We don't know what's going on. We know he's an enhanced LMD, but that's about it. And he's super strong. So, without further ado, now that we've temporarily stopped the Chronicons, let's see what this one brings us.
I have orders to kill him.
Put the gun down now!
We had the father of Hydra right in
Freddy?
front of us.
Will older Freddy be in this one?
Fate.
Are we inside Coulson's
But I know
brain?
history and escape.
It's an old detective novel.
That fate's gonna catch up to you. And then your story ends. Do about it.
He's not
That day started and I could break those cuffs easy, but something told me to hold off.
Right after I arrived,
This is fun. This is
he
fun.
was infiltrated.
His final mission, he delivered a groundbreaking shield device to Howard Stark,
Final mission?
and then he was killed.
We can grab
This
him.
was the day Daniel Sousa became the first.
Pause. Just say this is true. Just say this is his final mission, and he's gonna die, right? According to history. We can. I'm pointing at the camera for no reason. I don't pause. But Coulson was talking. I didn't want to interrupt him. If he is supposed to die, historically, fine. Let it play out. Let him die. Then grab him. Throw him in the machine. You know, the May one. And bring him with us for the rest of the show. That's what I do. just say he's destined to die, and people are like, no, well, maybe we can stop it, maybe we can stop it. No, let it happen. And then just, fake his death. It's like, yes, he is dead. Look, there. We'll bury him, and we'll take the real one with us to the future. That's what I do. Whilst I'm paused, I love the style. I hope the whole episode is like this. It's a really distinctive sort of vibe, like a novel, and it makes sense that Coulson is the one. Coulson has the right fit for that vibe. Plus, they've given me a new intro to work with. I won't be able to do that, whatever that water stuff is in the background and the dead body. I won't be able to do anything there, but I might be able to put my logo to the music at least. So yeah, let's just get straight back into the episode.
Now, you want to play 20 questions? Or should we get this package to Howard Stark?
Ooh, he said the
Maybe
magic
the
name.
mention of Stark sold him, or maybe he heard the clock ticking. Seems like you got a new plan now.
Keep up.
There was only one number I knew to dial.
Enoch? The horror?
Hey, I hope I'm not boring you, buddy.
I do not get bored.
Enoch?
Agent Coulson.
We're back.
Sorry, Enoch. We'll have to link up with you later. Right now, I'm
20
hoping you
years
have a way
or
to
so?
get a message to the Zephyr.
I can transfer you directly. 24 years is plenty of time for a lonely chronicom to build a home.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Put me through.
No,
Stand by.
no sympathy for Enoch. Hello.
This hard ass, he thought I was going to be his whipping boy. And he also said something about how my face made him angry.
You'll find me in the lounge car on the 510 to Los Angeles.
We lose control of the timeline and it goes skidding off the road.
Back it down.
Yep. We're the agents of status quo.
Sounds like you don't agree with it.
Sounds like you do.
Music of this episode, some point.
I don't know.
Remember, you can't do speedy, so be smart. Ooh, Ted. Ooh. He's been chronotomed. Played cool, Deke. Okay, new mission, get Deke.
Sister was getting jumpy. I just hoped I'd see a familiar face on the train.
We should contact.
He'll be here. Go get yourself a drink in the bar car. Calm your nerves.
I don't need a drink.
LMD Coulson is just as cool as human Coulson.
Nothing to worry about. I was worried. The team was a no-show.
So it's day 2.
More of your story,
Okay.
dude? Really?
I know you're the SO, but I do things my way.
Is this going to get through to Enoch? He'd be like, hey, my SO's like that too.
Agent Rodriguez.
I am pleased
To
word
hear
of
your
my
voice.
presence has gotten
24
out.
years.
Perhaps you're...
I need you to connect me to the Zephyr right now.
My
Continue.
attention is all yours.
Just give me your location and I'll send the Quinjet.
There's my guy.
Just
I was
pretend.
waiting for the signal.
Just pretend it's him.
Hat over his face.
The old briefcase stealeroo. Even though there's nothing in it except for just some random dude's stuff.
The real McCoy was on the Zephyr.
There she is.
That's a gadget?
This is like the Rosetta Stone of shield tech. Even
If you say so.
Oh, it is incredible, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, May's still
We need
weird.
to track down Sousa.
She touched
Agent's
Gemma.
life. Must be exciting.
My father.
Oh. Pausing again. Something just hit me about the way Agent May's reacting. When she was with Enoch, she was very robot-like. Now she just touched Gemma, and she's very excited about the weird doohickey. And then when she had that panic attack, did she touch people who were panicking? Am I imagining all this? That there's something she's like mirroring something through her contact. That could be wrong. Just that one scene there just triggered my brain. It was like, why is she acting like that now? And then the very deliberate touching. Anyway, unpause.
No ring on your finger.
There was someone. I couldn't stick around long enough to make it last.
Good line, good
How
line.
about you?
Similar story.
Hello, what do you want?
You can relax, Mr. Coulson, with a proposition.
This guy some sort of rogue Chronicom?
Indeed, you are lucky. Not subject to the limitations of human life.
Humans make life on Earth worth living, worth saving.
Yeah.
Even if we left this
Still
planet
Coulson.
alone, give us what we want. Earth. And your humans will have our charity.
What does that mean? What does charity mean?
There you are, sir.
You want to kill them horribly? What's her play?
Traveling alone is so tedious. So what takes you to Los Angeles?
Your secret undercover mission?
Business.
Don't trust her.
Makes it hard to believe your promise of benevolence. Sorry, no deal.
You will never be able to see what we can see. So we knew you would be on this train. We even know that is not the item Daniel Sousa delivered.
Damn it. What else do you know? The lottery numbers, please?
Oh, yes.
Just one little piece of advice.
Oh, he's onto her.
You need to work on your acting.
This doesn't have to be a big production. Long quiet.
It's gotta be a big production. Yeah. Whoop.
May I cut in?
Back up!
Told you we're the good guys.
Let's bring him on board this effort. He's gonna lose his shit.
Seeing my team was a relief, but one of them was still MIA.
Deke! Oh yeah, Deke! Gotta get Deke. They ain't giving you no lemons.
We didn't tell him where we were from.
He can put it
But he knew
together.
something wasn't right.
Nobody has aeronautics like this.
Outfits off the books. You've never heard of it.
Best we keep it that way.
Why do you have the Shields
Way off
logo
the books.
on your...
Never seen a plane on top of a train before.
She did it again. She did it again.
Who?
May,
Simmons.
Yeah.
I think you should come with
Yep,
me.
just because she touched
You're
him.
not yourself.
I think I know how she feels. You say you have the
She
badge?
knows how he feels.
I think
Here's your scientist, boss.
Hey, it's Freddy.
He was going to expose Hydra's presence within S.H.I.E.L.D., so they took him out. Kid we let live in 1931 had come back to haunt us in 1955.
Ooh, he's looking a lot tougher.
Because you damn sure don't look like a scientist.
Remember me?
It had been 2 decades, so Malik didn't recognize Deke.
Makes sense. I don't
Maybe
remember
that would
people
help Deke stay
20 years
alive.
ago.
Where's the gadget?
Unless you're talking about toasters, which is what I sell, I couldn't tell you. Looks like the boss is a little unhappy with you, but that's...
Yeah, we just got him killed. Yeah, Freddy's stone cold now.
If Sousa lives, we don't know what impact that will have on history.
Just bring him with you.
I suspected they broke and Hydra took a lot of good people from me. This is a fight I'll wage alone if I have to. I'd give my life for it.
Funny you should...
A great writer once said,
You don't have to do this, Freddy.
Nobody calls me that.
Nobody's called me that
I
since
did.
20 years ago.
In 1931. This is Deke. Hello?
I recall you held a gun on me once.
And I didn't shoot you. I shot someone that was coming after you.
I guess I owe you a debt of gratitude, Deke.
Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna go. And, see you later.
Glad you get to walk out of here instead of being carried out.
Yes, deal.
Although if I see you again,
In 20 years?
you won't be so lucky.
Freddy's so much more composed and frightening now.
May had a panic attack.
Why wasn't I told?
Because that's not me.
You've always held tight your emotions.
To a fault, some might say.
She's touching her.
And then they assigned me to a desk job.
Speaking of being taken advantage of as an employee.
Buddy, it's Deke. How the hell?
I'll connect you.
Yep, I'm in a hurry to get killed
Let me
here.
out of this plane. My drop's at 9.
You shook Sousa's hand.
They're putting it together.
May, do you feel anything now?
Concerned.
I feel nothing at all.
And now? Less.
It's like she's a conduit for emotion.
When I felt Sousa's confusion, I felt something else too.
She could be like a human lie detector. Sousa's gone off on his mission.
New history.
Like I said, sometimes the hero has to die.
Just fish him out of the
nothing
water.
you can do about it.
Just, it'll be fine. That clock doesn't seem right. The hour hand should be closer to 9. Sousa has a date with a bullet and a pool. Nice picture.
Say hello to Howard.
Will do.
Run for it, Marty! Get him! Save him! Was he real?
Job is done.
No more prying eyes.
Just like what's in the history book.
Except...
But not everything's in the book.
Hey, it was Coulson all along.
Yes. This will make sense later.
They didn't even bother to check. This is just sloppy assassin work.
And being able...
Just get the body out of there before we're all soaked.
I just hate this weather. I just don't want to be here.
Felt good to be back
Next
on the
sleep.
plane.
Next sleep.
How's that?
Oh, he got his color back.
Internal monologue's gone.
Looks weird.
Everything's back to normal. Whatever.
Does she feel anything from Coulson?
I get nothing off of him.
Don't touch Deke, or you... Just don't touch Deke.
Well, maybe next time we have the chance to change it. We do.
Time to go?
I'm in.
Here we go.
Here we go. Wish we didn't have to leave Enoch.
Me too, but he's 3,000 miles away. He's he'll be wherever we're headed to next.
Yeah, and even more bitter and lonely. What do you think? 60s? 70s?
Shield.
Yeah.
Future Shield. We're in a fight against body-snatching robots from another planet who want to wipe us out and take the Earth.
Why didn't you lead with that?
Welcome to life after death. I'll tell you all about it.
We're not in 1955 anymore.
Nope.
He catches on quick. I like that.
When are we?
That's what I want to know.
We're trying to figure that out.
I have been left behind to help you.
Chronicom left behind.
By doing exactly what I say.
Deal, mister. Why would he trust him? So, that was episode 4 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They've jumped to the 70s. I had to double check exactly when that song came out. They're at least in 1973, but they technically could be anywhere after that. Because music just doesn't disappear the year after it's released. So 70s, that's going to be a fun wardrobe change. Also going to look forward to the little intro title card they've got going next episode. I'm glad they took the route that I wanted them to take with Sousa. That, sure, destined to die. But what can we do about it? We can take him with us. Actually, anybody who hasn't seen Back to the Future Part 3, stop watching. Come back next week. Bye! I'm about to spoil Back to the Future Part 3. So Clara, remember Clayton Ravine? And they saved her from going over. And then eventually it was Eastwood Ravine because Marty went over it. Anyway, they were like, at one point in the movie, Marty's like, hey, instead of ditching her, Doc, maybe we can take her with us. And Doc's like, no, we've changed time enough. But if they took, taking her out of the timeline where she was supposed to die originally anyway, actually fixes it. So that's what they should have done. Say that she's the only person on that train. So it goes over the ravine. It's back to Clayton Ravine. History's unchanged. Doc and her live happily ever after. That happened anyway, but they should have thought a bit more about that. But yeah, I'm glad they prevented his death and also made it look like he died. So it didn't change anything, but we were able to save the guy. And maybe he'll be with us for the rest of the show. Or maybe, I don't know, he'll settle down in the 70s or another time period of his choice. We knew that Freddy was going to turn up again. They built such a little bond between Freddy and Deke, so it's not surprising that it was Deke that ran into him in this episode. And clearly they're setting it up so that he'll now be in the 70s, along with that Chronicom that stayed behind. That's going to be 18 years after, so it was 24 years, and then it's going to be like 42 years since the original. What was he then? Early 20s? So he's going to be in his 60s, at least. So yeah, that'll be interesting. I wonder if they're going to use the same actor, or if they're going to age up that actor that we saw in this episode, or if they're going to brand new. We'll find out. I like the style that they went with it. The old detective novel style. The little music, the little narration. Just a really cool little feel to it, this episode. And, I forgot that it was in black and white for most of it until Coulson got his colour back. And then I was like, whoa, this is weird. And I'm glad that the May stuff was telegraphed. They threw in little hints so that you could spot it before it was revealed. And it's a sign of a good show and good writing, I think, when they can do that. It wasn't 100% obvious. It was sort of obvious by the time she shook hands with Sousa, but the Gemma thing was, that's what tipped me off properly. I wouldn't be surprised if people didn't spot it, but I think, yeah, it was a big enough thing that if think about it for 2 seconds and you're like, something's going on here, and something to do with the people she's around, then being touched, something like that. So that's fun, and they can use that going forward. She's like an empath, she's a blank slate, but she they can use that. I don't know how they would use it specifically, because she has to get close to them, but it's an interesting extra piece of the puzzle. The yo-yo stuff is like they haven't gone into that more in this episode. It's just that she doesn't have that power, so it's kind of a limiting thing for her. But maybe there'll be another little wrinkle to that before she eventually gets it back. I think she will get it back. Maybe she has to work it out of her system. Maybe it has to jolt out of her system. Maybe she has to go back to her original timeline. Something. So, yeah, fun episode. I enjoyed it thoroughly. And every episode is so different to the previous one that, yeah. So get ready for next week. I can't wait to see what they're all wearing, what the mission is, what they have to prevent or keep status quo. We'll find out. I hope you'll come back and we'll enjoy it together. Until then, have a great week and I'll see you next time.